In broad daylight, two assailants on a red motorbike targeted a woman on a quiet residential street. At first, they scoped her out, then circled back to make their move. But what they didn't know was that an off-duty police officer was nearby, watching their every step. The officer quickly intervened, confronting the criminals head-on. What followed was a tense gunfight right in the middle of the street. One suspect was shot and captured, while the other managed to flee. Thanks to the officer's bravery, the victim escaped unharmed, and the footage now stands as a striking example of swift and effective police action. Security cameras in São Paulo captured a moment no one could have imagined. A failed robbery suddenly turned into a strange standoff between the victim and the attacker. In the footage, the victim bravely wrestles the gun out of the robber's hands. But the real shock comes when, after a brief negotiation, he actually hands the weapon back to the very man who had just threatened him. After that, the two part ways, each walking off in different directions. An intense yet surreal situation that has sparked a wave of reactions across social media. Security cameras at a shopping mall in northern Guayaquil captured a dramatic incident in broad daylight. At 1:32 p.m., two armed assailants suddenly ambushed a customer who had just stepped out of a money transfer agency, attempting a daring robbery. In the midst of the chaos, a brave police officer swiftly intervened, thwarting the criminals' plan. In the end, the two attackers fled on a motorcycle but were later captured. While on duty, a police officer suddenly received an alert from his home security cameras. His house was being broken into. Without hesitation, he sprang into action. But the real tension was unfolding inside the home. Two armed criminals were holding the officer's 77-year-old uncle hostage. Security footage captures the dramatic police response, officers chasing down and apprehending the suspects as they attempted to flee. Thanks to the swift action of tactical units, both were arrested without further injuries. Following the investigation, police discovered that all of the suspects had criminal records. They were using a stolen vehicle and were found carrying burglary tools along with stolen items. Security cameras at a lottery store captured a daring robbery in progress. Two criminals stormed inside, one in a black shirt standing guard, while the other dressed in white snatched up the cash. But what they never expected was a sharp-eyed passerby. Quietly, he alerted a nearby police car about the crime unfolding inside. Within moments, officers arrived. One suspect was caught right at the scene, while the other bolted in panic. After a brief chase, both men were captured. In recent days, residents across several neighborhoods have been living in fear as a brazen gang of nighttime burglars prowls the streets. Striking when households are fast asleep, they silently approach through windows or other overlooked entry points. Security camera footage reveals four thieves moving with lightning speed and precision, snatching valuables in just minutes before vanishing into the darkness. Families have lost cash, phones, and even vehicles left in their yards. Police are in urgent pursuit, urging the public to secure all doors and windows, install alarm systems, and report any suspicious activity immediately to stop these intruders in their tracks. In this shocking incident, a police officer, simply waiting for a ride, suddenly became the target of a robbery. The attacker spotted what he believed to be a golden opportunity, the officer's gold ring. Acting on impulse, the criminal tried to snatch it, convinced he had found an easy victim. But in a dramatic twist, the officer swiftly drew his weapon and, in self-defense, overpowered the robber on the spot. This couple made a habit of stealing, and the motorcycle parked by the roadside became their next target. The boyfriend moved with professional speed and precision. He swiftly unlocked the bike and rode off with ease. But trouble struck when the girl tried to follow. Her engine failed, leaving her stranded. Frantically, she tried to restart it, but nothing worked. In the end, she was overpowered and captured by a group of men.